No drinking while on.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? It's Cooking with Cubans, and we are gonna do...
Oh my goodness, black beans. There's nothing more Cuban than black beans.
Fact.
And today we got a really great Instapot for Christmas.
Funny.
And we've been trying all kinds of recipes, and since we all work hard, sometimes doing it fast can be really helpful. So we're gonna do Instapot Cuban black beans. And the first thing that we're gonna do is tell you that no, this is not a vegan recipe. This has a little meat in it. It has vegan. So if it's not vegan. So if you want it vegan, just skip this first part. So I'm gonna take some really nice thick cut bacon and we're gonna saute it on the saute control button. We're gonna saute this bacon nice and crispy. This has to cook. Once it's cooked, then we'll come back to it. So now we've got the fat rendered. And one of the reasons I use, I said fat. One of the reasons I use bacon in this recipe is because when you cook it on stovetop, you can get a lot more flavor when you're cooking these the normal way. But you need to really fill this pot with flavor, and this does it. See all those little nibbly bits down there? That is flavor that's going to help. And so the first thing to do is turn off your Instapot because you don't need it hot. And I'm going to throw in some onions while it's still a little warm, and the peppers, and they'll start to cook. That's okay. Someone got caught. And so this is about a pound of black beans right here that have been rinsed, and all the stuff has been taken, all the little sand and everything has been rinsed, and it looks great. I'm just gonna dump those in there, right in there with the vegetables. I'm gonna add, this is about 7 cloves of garlic. Do you love garlic?
Oh.
Hey, do you remember how much you used to love black beans when you were a little one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could not give him enough chipotle when he was about 1 year old. But that's because when he was a little baby, little teeny before that, at 5 months, when he could eat all his vegetables, Daddy would make black beans, and then we'd grind the black beans, and so he's always loved black beans. So now it's time to add our spices. Are you ready to add spices? So add 2 bay leaves to that.
Isn't this from our plant?
That's not from our plant, that's from a bay leaf. Right? And you're gonna need cumin. We use a lot of cumin in Cuban cooking, and we're gonna need about a tablespoon.
I want to put it in.
Yeah, of course you are.
I want to! Oh yeah! Bully!
Seriously?
You're bullying me.
Okay. That's a tablespoon.
Here comes a choo-choo train.
Excellent. And we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt.
I want to put it in. I want to put it in. And here comes Casper.
1 teaspoon of garlic powder, even with all that garlic. Great. Just put it in. We're gonna add some fresh black pepper. And to that, why don't you take that teaspoon, and we're gonna put 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar.
And I tried it. Clip coming up right now. You want to put it over.
Nicely done. So this is one of those recipes that you put it all together and then you say, put the lid on, goodbye, and when you're back from your errands or whether you go to the movies, you'll have a beautiful pot of beans. Secret recipe, sugar. we're going to add half a tablespoon of sugar. Now, two things you want to know. You might be able to add a little bit more sugar at the end, a little bit more salt. One of the things we really need,
more sugar.
I'm not going to put as much as I usually put olive oil, because olive oil really gives it a wonderful, that's about a teaspoon and a half,
That's
maybe.
more than a teaspoon and a half.
And then one of the things I like to do, and don't say anything silly, is just a little bit of dry wine, like a tablespoon of dry red wine.
Maybe I should try it. Just make sure. It's
With
real
this,
red
no,
wine.
you're not going to try it because you can't. With this, we're going to add 4 cups of water.
Water.
And then Max is going to stir that while I get just a little bit more water.
Ah!
And here's an added 3/4 cup of water.
That's a lot of water.
And so we have the ingredients. We're going to take this to pressure cook. We're going to put it to 35 minutes. We're going to close it. Okay, great mixing. Still learning how to use this. So it'll lock in place as soon as you start it.
Wait, so if
we're
I
ready
pull
to
it
start.
off?
35 minutes on high. It's off. We're going to start.
It's
And in
started.
35 minutes, we're going to have great Cuban black
Black beans. This thing has been cooking for a while, so we're just gonna release it now. Okay, and this button is gonna do it, and I'm really scared. Oh my god, that scared it off! Hey guys, so we're back after a very long wait.
35 minutes to be exact.
More than half an hour. So we're just gonna open it up, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So turn it. There it goes. And lift it up. And voila. Cuban black beans. Let's stir that up. Look at that.
Come closer, guys.
So one of the things we need to do is just take a little taste test just to see if the salt is right on it. Are you gonna taste?
Yeah, I am. Oh no. That's Cuban.
Just a little bit of olive oil to finish. And you can serve these with white rice. We like to eat them with brown rice.
We do.
And I've also made some picadillo, but that's for our next episode. Picadillo in the Instapot. Oh, too hot.
Oh my god. These Cuban black beans are amazing. But you want to give it a while before you eat it because I burnt my mouth and now it feels horrible, but I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed and stay tuned for our next video, guys.
Bye.
Adios.
Adios.
And action.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I said ladies and gentlemen is because our photographer said that we're being sexist because we're not saying lady. Because there are some.
All right, we're going to start that all over again.
Okay.